Simplifying a complex, confusing world. The Explainers, only on The Podcaster.
Welcome to the real future, folks. We're here today to chat about how AI is transforming various aspects of our world, the good, the bad, the questions it raises, and what the future of AI might hold. This is another episode of The Explainers with me, one of the explainers. And may I just add, this podcast was run through an AI program, and I can confirm that all of this is authentic. No forms of AI were harmed in the making of this podcast. Now, you've heard of self-driving cars, robot dogs, and virtual assistants. But unlike any other AI podcast, we've dug deep into some recent developments in the field that we'll take you through today. So buckle up. Today, we'll explore, can AI turn you into Picasso overnight? We're looking at diffusion models, science and AI, simulations of tornadoes with AI. Is it just a game? Or can it actually help us predict real disasters? And saving the best for last, insect robots and AI. Are they the future or just a creepy sci-fi nightmare? So for now, ditch the robot vacuum cleaner commercials and grab a coffee because this episode is packed. We begin with AI developments, where it's at today. Diffusion models, what are they? Well, let's face it, not everyone's Michelangelo. Perhaps your stick figures are more abstract and your landscapes resemble a toddler's painting. I know I can say the same for myself. Enter diffusion models. The AI equivalent of an artist producing hyper-realistic images and videos. It's like having a personal AI art studio on your phone, a pocket-sized Picasso, if you will, minus the beret and existential angst, of course. But these aren't just for creating art, no. They're used in simulations for medical training and super cool advertising campaigns, adding a touch of realism that I'm sure is already popping up on your social media feeds. Let's move on to AI and science, research and simulation. We're now looking at how AI has become the valedictorian of the science scene, and it's almost like having a research partner with a mind on steroids. Physicist Mario Ken sees artificial intelligence as a muse. I let the algorithm run, and within a few hours, it found exactly the solution that we, as human scientists, couldn't find for many weeks, he said. Scientists have been observing how AI is speeding up research on some neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Stephen Finkbeiner, a senior investigator at Gladstone Institutes, revealed that one of the very first things that surprised his team was how rich AI's data might be, and how it might contain information that humans just can't see or might have overlooked. AI is also being used to understand the science of things, where simulations of tornadoes are being, simulated with the help of AI to study the phenomenon and later prevent it. AI is definitely accelerating research, making scientists feel like, hey, maybe I can have a work-life balance after all. Mini robots modeled on insects. Now, if you thought all of that was cool, you're not ready for this one. Mini robots modeled on insects are like the toys you wish you had as a kid, but way cooler. In January 2024, scientists at Washington State University announced the development of 2 insect-inspired microbots, a mini bug and a water strider. These creatures are the smallest, lightest, and fastest fully functional robots ever created. From navigating complex environments to squeezing through impossibly tight spaces, think of them as micro-explorers equipped with some serious cutting-edge technology. The flip side to these developments. While these advancements are exciting, there is a flip side to that shiny coin. Don't we know it? With great power comes great responsibility. Otherwise, the party might get a little out of control. While diffusion models wow us with their creativity, they come with some serious concerns. We're talking AI-generated misinformation, deep fakes, and whatnot. We could use diffusion models to create hyper-realistic news that would make even the most discerning viewer question reality. My grandmother always used to say, garbage in, garbage out. And she probably didn't anticipate that 30 years down the line, that same motto would apply to technology. Yes, diffusion models can also apply this principle. If you feed them biased data, don't be surprised if they give out biased information. It's like having a friend who nods along to everything but secretly always tries to steer the conversation. If you know, you know. And if the training data is biased, these models might reinforce unfair patterns of biases. Moreover, is it fair to give a robot a pair of rose-tinted glasses? Not so helpful if we want to keep things untainted, if you know what I mean. Since our AI partners will live far longer than we do, let's always check for balance. Now let's shift gears a little bit and dive deeper into AI and research, because not everything in the science fiction turned reality world is smooth sailing. Sometimes AI throws a curveball with its models that leave scientists scratching their heads like they just discovered a scientific code they forgot to decode. Did I mean to rhyme? No, but is it poetic? I think so. And as if all of this wasn't enough, imagine these insect-inspired robots buzzing around, potentially invading our privacy or turning into robot spies. It's a little creepy, right? We don't want an invisible army of these little guys creeping into our private lives. No, thank you. And this is where AI and ethics comes into the picture. Every time someone goes on a tangent about AI, it's not without highlighting its ethics. What is this all about? Why does everyone mention ethics if AI is here to make life easier? When we design technology like AI to mimic human life, it becomes susceptible to the same issues that cloud human judgment. AI projects built on biased or inaccurate data can have harmful consequences. Lensa AI stirred up some controversy in December 2022 when it used AI to transform regular photos into cartoon-style images. The hitch? They didn't compensate the artists well or get proper permissions for the billions of photos they used to train their AI. There's a similar story with ChatGPT. It's super useful, but it's also sparked debates about fairness, especially when people use it to win coding contests or whip up essays, raising some of the same ethical questions about data use and credit that we see with Lensa. There's a lot at stake, especially when it comes to things like privacy. AI exhibits surveillance risks, like increasing the scale and ubiquity of personal data collection. And you know this as well as I do. Once our data is out there, it can be used for all sorts of things we never signed up for. It's like using a cake mix to bake cookies. It wasn't the plan, but hey, it happens. A lot of companies like IBM, Google, and Meta have assembled teams to tackle ethical issues that arise from collecting massive amounts of data. So what does the road ahead look like? As we wrap up today's episode, one thing is clear. AI is not just changing the game, it's rewriting the rules. From boosting health to bending the laws of physics, AI is not taking a backseat. But the real question is, can we train AI to be a good house guest? Or are we looking at a future where our privacy is a thing of the past? Thank you for tuning in, and don't let your sense of wonder collect dust. Shake it off and stay curious.
We help you understand the world. The Explainers, only on The Podcaster.